Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws. Out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle with the 15 to the 20. Breaks free to the 25 to the 30. To the outside. 40. Midfield. 40. 30 in the coast. 20. 15. Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it for Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this Hump Day edition. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well then, I guess you found us on Facebook. If you're not following us on Facebook, what? Listen, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple, but wait, there's more. Go to the show's page. Go to Shawn and Maya in the morning. Go to that Facebook page as well, like that as well. So not only will you be following Sports Zone Chicago, but you'll be following Shawn and Maya in the morning as well. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on, man, get with the program. All right, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the bell that's right there, right next to it, okay? And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, and please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. Come on, listen. We have a mobile app, so download it. Okay, so wherever you get your apps from, whether it's iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Walmart, Kmart, 7-Eleven, Zayre, Zemsky, Macy, Montgomery Ward, Venture, Woolworth, Goldblatts, Weebolts, wherever you get them from. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles. My man Clarence Council the Third. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. Now, if you're watching this on our Roku channel, I like that kind of party, baby. Yeah. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So listen, if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's tile right there. Put it smack dab in the middle. Netflix, Hulu, Prime, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Stars. Oh, yeah, Stars. BMF is getting pretty good. Black Mafia Family. Yeah, Paramount Plus, Showtime. Put it smack dab in the middle right there. You can watch us on the big screen. Hell, we're on the big screen, right? Mickey, Ficky, now. We're on the big screen. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy, that's CHI, at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online, you want to know what I did? Well, here's what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Now you and easy, one handle for all 5, well, most platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, all one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host Maya Akai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IGer and you do it just for the gram, well, just follow her at Maya_Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we have a phenomenal show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that particular platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up we'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So, man, all of them, bring them all. questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it, just bring it. Let's check out the chat. And see, man, the chat seems like it's jumping already. Let's see who's in the house. Cornelius Squall's in the house. What up, Papa? Cornelius in the house. What's up, baby? BCP, Bears Country Productions. Good morning, Papa. I appreciate it. Oops, Mr. Shorty. Oops, I made a mistake. That's all. Shorty, what's going on, buddy? I appreciate it. Thank you for yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, my man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. He's in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. You know I appreciate it. I love you, big dog. You were my personal protector for what, 6 years? Yeah. 6 or 7, 8, 5 years. Yeah. So I appreciate it. Michelle Walls in a Mickey Ficky house. Happy Hump Day. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Mr. Shorty's in the house again. Sean's gonna be fire the freak up today. I feel it in my bones. I think I might get a little. I might. But listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. Man, we're getting decent. We're getting good numbers in the chat. Listen, if you're there, just type in. Just type in where you're coming from or where you're watching, right? Just say, hey, you know what? South side of Chicago, north side of Chicago, Omaha, Nebraska, Tucson, Arizona, coming home. So, you know, so listen, it's awesome. It's my first time back with you since I got back from Arizona. Plank in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Oh, man. My man, Luis Mejia in a Mickey Ficky house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in, Luis. Oh, Suki now, King Booker World in this mother Hubbard. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. We're getting, this place is jumping. Luis, yes, I heard you want to hear my feelings. I will let you know. I will definitely let you know. Yes. Talking to G Unit today. She's like, Louis wants to know. I'm like, I got you. I got him. Just tell him I got him. Don't trip. Oh man. We have a lot. This is the first time I've been with you, as I said, since the trade went down. I was in Arizona when that happened. And let me just tell you, it was not a happy day for me. All right, not a happy day. I think it was a mistake, but I'll get into it a little more. Okay, I'm a man of my word. I am definitely not going to turn on. I'm still going to trust Ryan Poles, but just because I trust him doesn't mean I can't critique him. Okay, all right, doesn't mean I can't critique him. All right, I critique the players. All right. It doesn't mean that I don't trust the players when I see them doing something wrong or they need to do something that they need to improve on. It doesn't mean I don't trust them or don't believe in them. No, not at all. It just means that I have a critique about it, and I just have a critique about this particular scenario. Okay? And here's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to talk about it, and then, yeah, I'm done. Okay? Mike Ditka said it best. Only losers live in the past. All right, we can't go back. We can't change it. We can't change the outcome. So we have to move forward. We're all Bears fans. Okay, we're all Bears fans, and it sucks for those of us who wanted Justin to stay. It sucks for those of us who believed and they saw enough in Justin to warrant staying. He finally had someone around to help work on his deficiencies, and they ship him. The NFL is a cold business, man. It's a cold business. All right? It's a cold business. And Justin found that out. And I hope this does wonders for Justin. Okay? I hope he really – remember how oftentimes I would say that Justin was a good soldier? He didn't have enough jerk in him. All right? He was just too nice, just a great guy. Don't get me wrong. We love the fact – Remember I said he needs a little more a-hole in him? Okay, maybe this will harden him up. Maybe this will show him the dark side, the cold-blooded side of this business. Black Belt Ben in the house. Good morning, Papa. Hey, I from your lips to God's ears, man. You know. Yeah, you're right. It does not mean you're. It does not mean you're correct. Like all of us, it's just opinions. He could still trade the pick, get the best quarterback in the draft. None of us think is. Yeah. You know, Cornelius says is that the Bears could have cleaned up in his draft, had decided to put all their eggs in, and they decided to put their eggs in the Caleb Williams basket. They could have, and you know, it boggles my mind because if you say you're building through the draft, then there's no better way to handle it than go through the draft. But I don't know. Oh, another great cup of tea today. So I don't like it because of this. One, you know, obviously Justin has flaws. We know that. Okay. And the thing that people accuse me of, and let me tell you, the trolls came out. The trolls came out at night. The trolls came out big time. And man, they're this didn't age well. You don't know shit. You've lost all credibility. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, what? I said, listen, we had an opinion. My opinion was that they keep Justin. It's a 50-50 proposition. Either they keep him or they trade him. That was the proposition. That was the issue. It wasn't as if we're trying to determine who's the best quarterback in the draft. All right, that was done by someone else, and they got that one wrong. Okay? It's 50-50. And so some of these jamokes came at me, and it was hilarious. And they're like, we try to tell you. I'm like, who's we? First of all, like you pay somebody to give you your opinion. So don't come at me like like you thought of something. No. All right. James Ford, what's up, Papa? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. So my take is this. And then I'm going to move on, and we have to. What other choice we have? What other choice do we have? Dude, that's exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. What did you win? I said, you saying they're going to trade Justin is like, and me saying they're not going to trade Justin is like me trying to determine if Punxsutawney Phil sees his shadow every Groundhog Day. What did you win? I got it. I won. What? And there were other people in other podcasts I heard taking victory laps and talking about. I'm like, victory laps? It was your opinion. Because no one knew. Well, I knew. And they're going to say, I knew for a fact. No one knew. You had an inkling. You wanted it to be, and it's fine. But don't talk about I knew. No one knew. So, yeah, it was just that. As I said, if there were multiple options, there was two options. Either keep them or trade them. That's it. There are only two options. So it's a 50-50 shot. Don't come at me and, I guess the right time. Come on. But I digress. I was upset. I was very upset. Okay, because I think the guy who took the beating, the guy who carried this franchise for the past 3 seasons, okay, struggled the first 2.5. You didn't have. You thrust him in. Was it game 3, game 4? Okay, in his rookie season, no offensive line, gets destroyed by Cleveland. 9 sacks his first start. Receivers were Demir Bird, Smith Amir Marset. Okay, N'Keal Harry. As much as I like N'Keal Harry, Darnell Mooney, Equinemius St. Brown. Actually, his first year he had Allen Robinson. He had Allen Robinson too. But I think Allen Robinson was checked out. And second year, they had no defense. Jerry, good morning, Papa. How are you? Yeah, I am too, but we got to move on, man. We have to move on, and I am. It sucks. It hurts. It hurts. You know, second year, they tore his defense down. And the whole while, listen, we talked a whole bunch of shit about Nagy, okay? However, if you notice his footwork, his rookie year, his rookie year was on point. His throws were out on time. His throws were in rhythm. And then this dude who's never been a play caller before, hadn't been the offensive coordinator before, or maybe in college, just changed the footwork, just changes everything, and everything goes haywire. Not to mention the fact that you gutted your defense. And expect this guy to win. And then you get him one decent target. And what does he do? That target has career year in yards and touchdowns. Cole Kmet, career year in yards. So you rebuilt, and then this is why I thought you brought in this offensive coordinator who has had a track record for reviving careers and he's being a great play caller, using multiple formations, okay, sets, personnel groups. And then you go sign Keenan Allen. And that was a move that I thought for sure. That's a move that you're not going to have a rookie come in with a guy in the last year of his deal. But it was. I'm upset because he did all that and he doesn't get to benefit from it. Okay? He looks and says, wait a minute, now you got not just DJ Moore, but Keenan Allen, you got two stud wide receivers. Okay? And if we draft the third one, holy cow. We got Cole Kmet. You just picked up another tight end. Now you got two good pass-catching tight ends. So you got two stud receivers, two good pass-catching tight ends. You upgrade the running back room with DeAndre Swift. You finally got a starting center, so the line doesn't break in the middle like it had so many times. I presume that Braxton Jones is going to get better. And so my biggest issue with that is that he took a beating for 2.5 seasons. He took a beating because the O-line wasn't what it. The end of the year, the O-line wasn't what it was at the beginning of the year this past season. The preseason starting O-line didn't play together till like week 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there. Okay. So now he doesn't have this ability to take this team. Now I'm telling you, here's the thing that I want that people. There's this thing called leadership. Now, Justin, again, he had his flaws, but this guy would have worked them out. And my thing is this. There's a dynamic in this room, and everyone says winning cures all. Okay. For the most part, it does. But let me tell you, if it doesn't, if they don't start winning right away, you're going to start hearing some voices. Okay. Because Justin was very popular in that locker room, and Justin was the leader of that team. Again, my biggest issue is now he doesn't get to reap the benefits of the two stud wide receivers, the two really good tight ends, the brand new starting center, all right, backup center, depth on the offensive line, improved defense. He doesn't get to benefit from that. Okay, part of it was timing. All right, they have to decide whether they're going to pick up his fifth-year option this year. Okay, they hadn't. First of all, they hadn't developed him. Second of all, they hadn't put him in a good position to win. And for people who say, people are like, well, what did you see? Because I had some Jamoke came at me yesterday on when Nomad and I do our show, and he's like, oh, what have you? He said, what have you ever broken down? And I said, first of all, Papa, I said, I was a coach for 17 years. I said, that's all I did was break down stuff. All right. I was a high school coach, defensive coordinator. I said, that's all I did was break down film. I said, so not only do I know how to break down film, I know how to read it. I know how to decipher what it is that I'm watching. I said, so don't come at me with, have you ever broken down film? Well, what did you see? Is what his question was. And I told him, I said, hey, I saw a stud. I said, but don't get me wrong, he had things to work on. Okay? He had things to work on. And some of that falls on him. All right, he's got to work on some of the throws. He's got to work on get the timing. If Getsy was adamant about stepping back with that left foot, he'd have to step back with that left foot first, not count it, and then count the 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, but this is all stuff he could have done. It's all stuff I think he should have done. Okay, he didn't help his cause, and you know I'm a big Justin Fields fan, big believer in Justin Fields because of what I saw. There's a component there that people are when people say look at the tape. I'm like, first of all, when I watch the tape, when I watch his college tape, it's phenomenal. Again, he has some flaws, and when I watch his pro tape, he makes some phenomenal plays with his feet and his arm. But the thing was, it's not consistent. And that was the only thing. Well, we needed a coach on him to make it consistent. I'll tell you what. This guy Justin is going to do very well. Why? If you remember when I said they needed an offensive coordinator who kind of dictates what Justin should do. All right. Justin he's been raised in a household. His dad was a Marine. So, the structure is there. He's a great soldier. And I think that's the type of thing they need, the type of thing that Justin needs. And now he's going to Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin. Doesn't get much more drill sergeant-y than that. So I think he's going to flourish. Okay. And again, it's the cold-hearted business of the NFL. If this was 1 year sooner and Justin was only going into his third year as opposed to his fourth, it might have kept him. So for all Bear fans, who are happy that Lovey got that number 1 pick, all the people who love Justin, now you're not so excited. Like, thanks, Lovey. Thanks for losing to Carolina when you should have beat them and giving us the number 2 pick. I don't know if we'd be having this conversation if it was the number 2 pick. But here's the thing. Everyone assumes it's Caleb. Shouldn't assume. Everyone assumes that's the dude they're going to pick because everyone says he's generational. And then all of a sudden people started backing off of that term, generational. I personally don't think he's generational. That doesn't mean he's not going to be a good player. That doesn't mean he's not going to be a great player. It doesn't mean that at all. So when I say I don't see him as generational, and people come at me and call me a hater, it's like you run with a narrative. If it's not consistent or congruent with yours, then I'm a hater. Then I'm this. Then I'm that. No, I do too. Black belt Ben. I said he'll get to learn from him. He'll get to learn from him. He'll get to watch him. Maybe they'll work on his release. All right. I think he's going to do with Tomlin. Yeah, no, I think he's in a good situation. I do. I think he's in a real good situation. Keith, what's up, Papa? I hear you. You have never been so attached to a Bears player like I am with Fields. Yeah, and a lot of people are, and here's why. Because he gave you flashes. Obviously, with his legs, it was amazing. But he also gave you flashes with the arm. And people talk, and it's funny how people want to talk out of both sides of their mouth. They're quick to say, when you bring up, well, Caleb hasn't beaten anybody in the top 5 teams or 25 teams except Colorado. Like, well, he had a terrible defense. I'm like, but then you can't use that. Then when you say Justin had a horrible defense, they don't want to hear it. It's like you can't have things both ways. Justin holds the ball too long. Well, so does Caleb. Yeah, but his receiver, he didn't have any receivers his second year. And whose fault is that? Do you think Justin's receivers were getting separation? You think Demir Bird? You think Pettis was getting separation? Come on now. Let's not be silly. And you saw we had a quarterback. I'm telling you, we had a great quarterback. What we get now, we don't know. It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot, an actual crapshoot. Because he was one of the best quarterbacks we have. And people love to crap on Jay Cutler. He was phenomenal. But again, you get 6 offensive coordinators in 8 years. I mean, come on. Mike Tice was his offensive coordinator. Come on. Mike Tice. Really? Yeah, that's funny. Caleb holds the ball because he's trying to play. What do you think? What do you think Justin was doing? And here's a question that I have. What are your expectations? It's a shame. But then people want to move the goalpost. Okay? People want to move the goalpost and say, well, we want you to have a leash like you did for Justin. We're like, well, no. Because Justin didn't walk into a situation where he had 2 all-pro receivers, 2,000-yard receivers, 2 stud tight ends, a great, very good to great offensive line, an improvement, an upgrade in the running back room. Justin didn't walk into that. A defense that is playoff ready. And who knows what we get in the draft. It could be Super Bowl ready, depending if we get a good edge rusher. So no, the expectations are different for this quarterback, whether it's Justin, whether it's Caleb, whether it's Jaden Daniels. And there's another good question. Do you have the same expectations for Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels if the Bears shock the world, trade the number 1 pick to number 2, and go get Jaden Daniels? Do you have the expectations the same? Or if they really shock the world and they get J.J. McCarthy, are the expectations the same? Because none of them are talking, J.J. McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, those aren't generational players who should receive a gold jacket at the draft. So are the expectations the same? Put it in the chat. Put yes, they are. No, they are not. Because I don't think they are. The one thing I do think is playoffs. So I guess I should say the expectations are the same. So let me say that. The expectations are the same. Because why would you, if you don't get 7 wins, you don't advance to the playoffs, it was a lost season. Because you mean to tell me you don't think we were trending? Justin was 5-2 in his last 7 games. Should have been 6-2 with that Detroit game that they lost. He had this team running. That was his offense, and you add him another weapon, Keenan Allen. And you don't think this offense is going to get better with the help of an improved defense? Come on now. That's the whole reason I was upset, is he's not going to benefit from this. Now, it could end up being the best thing for him in the long run. But if it's the best thing for him, guess what? It's not the best thing for us. Because we don't know. And our quarterback could be good. If we draft Caleb could end up being a stud. He very well could be. Let's not just look at that one side of it because we're fans of Justin. Caleb could be the next coming. He could be. Unlikely, but he very well could be. Let's not deny his talent. Let's not deny his moxie. Let's not deny his athleticism. Let's not deny his speed. This kid's good. This kid's good. But I still contend that the best person to lead this team was Justin. Because I thought they had a guy who could help him in Shane Waldron. I thought they had a guy who could work on some of his flaws and help eliminate them. The biggest being his footwork. And if that happened, and that could happen in Pittsburgh. That could happen in Pittsburgh. I'm telling you. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. Listen, we got to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll actually have some top of the morning topics. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face. Ugly.
Hey, bud, what you doing?
I'm playing with cars.
Cars? Can you show me what a car does? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. First of all, this is a school zone. So you need to put down your cell phone, stop texting, and let's get to driving. Now you're coming up to a stop sign, right? You need to slow down and stop before you hit that Y line. I want you to look left, right, left. You don't want to get hit by a car going on your left and to your right to make sure you don't get sideswiped by a guy coming from your right. You're coming, and you see a crosswalk. You better slow your horses down because the #1 rule of driving is always yield to pedestrians. Now stop, pull over, and you are done driving. Gosh, what do they teach you kids in school nowadays?
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We are looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators. A passion to change lives. Spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds. Help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Right wrist, and now the last 5 he's been great. Vucevic gets the news. Speaking of mid-range, Rosen finds Vucevic on it. Caruso's back on the floor to start this second quarter. Nice no-look feed to Rosen to Terry. That's why you talk about pushing the pace so much, Stace, to get time and space for three. DeRozan kicking. Caruso out to Batum. 3 to beat the buzzer. Batum, bite him. And DeMar takes it himself and one. Switch with 8. DeMar steps into Vucevic. Fake shoots.
Big Vooch. It's a simple game. Kareem would be happy.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of NBC Sports Chicago. Those are the bullies the other night, baby. The bullies. Only the bulls. Only the bulls. You know what? That's where we're going to start. We're going to start. The other day, the Bulls, where we at? The Bulls with a big 110-107 victory over the Portland Trailblazers at home. This team is exciting. We keep telling you they're exciting. They're still not very good. They're just exciting. DeMar DeRozan stud. Vooch stepped up big time at the end of that game. And I'll tell you, that's what's so important. That's what's awesome, is that Vooch has been ready to play. And he's got some other, I mean, he's got to be a little more aggressive at times, yeah. But DeMar, Vooch, I like it. I like it. So you say Caleb's release is elite. His footwork is elite. He sees the entire field elite. His arm talent is elite. I'm all in if they draft him. I draft him. I mean, we have to, as a Bears fan, you got to be all in. Okay. He does have a great release. His footwork, okay. His ability to see the entire field. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm telling you that people, when you compare college tape, many things don't transfer. And you don't, and when I say that, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. You don't know if it's going to transfer to the NFL. You don't. Okay, you don't know because it's different. Speed is different. You mean to tell me playing against Utah, playing against San Jose State, those defenses are going to give you the same looks and have the same speed as other NFL teams? No. So his release, yes. Arm talent, yes. Footwork, elite, no. His ability to see the entire field in college, yes, it's elite. In the pros, I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to knock him down and say he sucks. I'm not saying that at all. The kid is good. The kid is very good. But let's hold off on giving him a gold jacket, or do we just want to give him a gold jacket at the draft? The heck with a hat, just give him a gold jacket. See, people who have an agenda, there's like, well, he's this, he's this, he's this, he's this. But you can't tell if you can see the whole field in the NFL because defenses are different. Defenses are faster. Defensive linemen are faster. Linebackers are faster. Secondaries have much better coverage disguises than they do in college. The athletes are better. So will that change? His release won't change. His arm talent won't change. His footwork could change. But his ability to see the entire field, that could change as well too. That could regress from college. It could be built up, don't get me wrong. So yes, he could be elite in all those categories when it's all said and done. But I don't think he's elite in all those categories right now. I think just his release was good. Definitely not elite. His footwork, his first year was great. His last 2 years sucked. His ability to see the entire field, no, that needed work. And his arm talent was elite. So these are things, that was my assessment in a nutshell. All right, this is gonna be the last of it. I don't want to harp on this. We'll talk more about Bears a little bit, but also don't forget, catch me later today at 1:00 with Nomad. All right, with our daily Bears talk. Okay, with our daily Bears talk. The next top of the morning topic: the Bulls travel to Houston. Mañana, H-Town. They're going to face the Houston Rockets. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago, or if you want to listen to it on the radio, if you even have a radio, just listen to the app. Their flagship station, 670 AM. Last night, the Blackhawks, baby! The Blackhawks, they fall to the Los Angeles Kings in Tinseltown. They lose 6-2. Tough one for those guys. I'll tell you, it's still a rough season. Mrazek stopped 18 of 24 shots, hence the 6 goals. Foligno lit the lamp for the 16th time. Korchinski for the 5th time. Kurashev had a pair of helpers, giving him 30 for the year. Jones, 22nd helper, and Connor Bedard, his 33rd helper of the season. Just can't, I'll be happy when the season's over because then Bedard will not be a rookie again. Okay. He will have graduated to second-year player, and it's all up from there. I hope he wins the Rookie of the Year, which I believe he will. Yeah. So, the next top of the morning topic. Which way did we go? Yesterday, the Cubs. Only the Cubs. The Cubs fall to the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-1. Yesterday, out in spring training, they're at Sloan Park. The professor had a rough day on the mound. He got the loss. He got the L. All right, he's 1-2 in Cactus League play. Went 4 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 punch outs. Jonathan Long, he went 1 for 2, driving in the sole RBI for the Cubs. All right, we're about a week away from opening day, folks. Okay, a week away, and let me tell you, baseball is exciting. If you're a Cub fan, you should be excited. You should really be excited. Okay? You should really be excited because there's a lot that this team can do. Oh, you know what? Hold on. The next top of the morning topic, let me go back a little bit. We'll do a little Blackhawks. The Blackhawks, they continue their road trip tomorrow night as they face the Anaheim Ducks and Emilio Estevez. I'm just kidding. If you got that joke, you're old enough. You're old as dirt. Puck drop is 9 o'clock because they're on the left coast. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago. NBC Sports Chicago Plus, because the Bulls will be on NBC Sports Chicago. So the Hawks will be on NBC Sports Chicago Plus at 9 p.m. Central. Or you could, shish kebab, I made a mistake. I hate when that happens. There you go. Or you can listen to them on their flagship station, 7:20 a.m. The NCAA tournament, the next top of the morning topic, is set. We're going to talk about that in the next segment. It started already. The first 4 played last night, and let me tell you, it's exciting. This is the most electrifying time in college basketball. Howard yesterday beats Wagner 71-68 after Howard survived. Wagner had 3 3-point shots to tie it as time was expiring. Couldn't get it to fall. Howard holds on, beats Wagner 71-68. Colorado State beats Virginia. Man, they whooped them. Big upset there, 67-42. Wow, 25 points. One of my good friends in college, his son plays for Virginia. Man, I'm wondering how he's doing, how he's taking it. But that was a big upset. Big upset by 25 points as well. Whew, that's an ass whooping. That's not even, if we would have just done this, or it was a bad call, or the refs were. No, 25 points, that's an ass whooping. It's an ass whooping. You weren't ready to play. End of story. End of story. Are we talking about this in the chat? Is his processing elite? Is his leadership skills elite? Is he immensely able to play in the Midwest with horrible weather in the winter times? The mental aptitude is very critical. It is. It's very critical. And, one of the things that, when people talk about he went and cried with his mom, those are just people who have agendas. Okay. Those are people who have agendas, and then they're full of shit. When they say, well, don't you want the passion? It's not the passion. Okay. It's the ability as their leader. You need to be there for your team in good times and especially in bad. That's the issue. And to run over there to your mom when something didn't go your way is very childish and brattish. Very bratty, not brattish, bratty. Okay? And this is what gives people pause. And everyone's like, well, don't you want emotion? It's not the emotion part. See, watch how people try to trick you. They'll change the topic. They'll change something and change the focus on your point to something else. Or they'll ask a question. They'll answer your question with a question. Don't let people off the hook. Do not let people off the hook. Crying to your mom after you lost a football game in college is not acceptable. I've explained why. You celebrated with your teammates when you throw in touchdown passes. You're celebrating with your teammates when you win big games. You're celebrating with your teammates when you won the Heisman. Then you be there for your teammates when things aren't going well. You don't run to mommy. You don't. Now, after the game, you want to cry in the bowels of the stadium, outside the locker room, fine. But be with your teammates. That's the issue I have, not the crying. Not at all. I don't have a problem with the crying at all. Running to mommy, that's the issue I have. How's it going to be when the media turns on you? How's it going to be when you throw a pick late in the game? How's it going to be when you fumble, you get strip sacked, fumble, which is why the Bears did a good job of insulating him, of upgrading the offensive line, of getting better receivers, of upgrading the running back position, upgrading the tight end position. I know somebody said yesterday, oh, well, his quick release, he won't have to deal with the sacks. Well, it depends. The plan was no, that he doesn't have to, because he'll have he'll have Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. So now you really can't double team anybody. 2 tight ends, running back, you'll have enough weapons. But if nothing's open, or if penetration gets through quickly, like it did so often the last couple of years, it's got to work in structure. It's got to work underneath center. That's the next part. Can he do it under center? Sophisticated thoughts. Thank you, Papa. Peace to Brother Shawn, Booker, Brother Plank, Mr. Shorty, Keith. Bear down, family. Bear down, baby. My man, Jay Capone, the Don. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. No. I agree. I said that earlier. You may have missed it. I said earlier, I said, but I also said there might be different expectations for Caleb or Jaden Daniels. I think playoffs is legit either way. But as I said, Caleb is stepping into a situation that is unprecedented of a number 1 overall pick. Unprecedented, a rookie stepping into all the comfort, protection, and weapons that they have. Unprecedented. They're trying to shorten his learning curve. But they're going to have to, and if I were Shane, you're definitely going to rely on that run game, which is why they upgraded the offensive line. Rely on that run game. But yeah, I agree. Playoffs, I'm saying probably 10 wins. Shorty said, a guy made a video of every play side by side of Caleb and Justin in college. Caleb changed his game after 3 years. Justin looks like the same guy in the NFL if we're talking tape. You're not I understand what you're saying. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. Is that when you have a guy who develops a quarterback, there's a big difference. Cliff Kingsbury can develop quarterbacks. Okay? Luke Getsy cannot develop quarterbacks. Okay. Watch Justin's footwork. Since you're talking film, watch Justin's footwork from year 1. Compare that to year 2 and 3, and you'll see what I mean. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. So stop saying that, oh, Justin looks like the same guy. Well, guess what? His coaches failed him. His coaches failed him. And he's paying the price for it. His coaches failed him. Now, he's got to do some stuff on his own, but as a coach, you need to make sure that you want it done correctly. And if you're allowing this, remember, whatever happens on the field is either coached or allowed. And if you're allowing him to drop back, you're allowing him all this stuff, then that's on you, coach. That's on you, Getsy. But if you're talking tape, you can't sit there and tell me that Justin didn't get better. You can't sit there and tell me Justin didn't sit in the pocket and throw touchdown passes. He didn't step up in the pocket. Did we not remember the Detroit game at home where he steps up, right sideline, DJ Moore? Do we not remember the Detroit game in Detroit? No, that's the one where he steps up to the right. The Detroit game here, he catches him off balance. He got a free play. He steps up in the pocket, hits DJ Moore on the left side after he beats the DB for a touchdown. See, these are all plays in the pocket. These are within structure. So when people tell you he can't do it, they're lying. They have an agenda. His issue was it wasn't consistent. And that is where coaching comes in. That's where coaching comes in. But again, this is going to be my last time going off on it because unfortunately we do have to move the page. Turn the page, move forward. Shane Waldron could have built an offense and called plays to the strength of Justin. Therefore, Poles wanted to draft his own QB to cement his legacy. Yeah, cement his legacy or save his ass. That's what it did, save his ass. So now you have a couple years left because you got a new quarterback. Black belt saying, when footwork isn't elite, it's okay. He doesn't see the entire field. That's why he misplays in the middle of the field. What are you watching? You know what? Every quarterback misses plays. Every quarterback misses receivers. Okay? The best of the best do it. Tom Brady has missed plays. Dan Marino has missed players. John Elway has missed players. Peyton Manning has missed players. But when they get the nod, like, hey, I was open on that one. All right, don't worry, I'll come back to it. That's why my quarterbacks that I played with, Paul and George, Paul Ohm in 99, and George in 05 through 11. If you told them, hey, I was open, he said, what route? Okay, you had the post route, you had this route, you had the corner route, you had the go route. All right, they're staying in the cover 2. All right, I'll make sure I send someone up the middle to occupy that safety, and you run the go route again, and I'll hit you. That's what those guys did. Got me 3 national championships. Cornelius, Caleb's Pro Day is today. It is. I'm a Sox fan and a family of Cubs fans, and they keep giving me, hey, you know what? That's just like, why even bother? Like you're picking on little sisters of the poor. Like our White Sox are horrible. Horrible. Keith, what did Keith say? Yeah. Yeah. Cement his legacy, and they said, Keith, what about how quickly the narrative has changed? Yeah. It has. People always want to be right. People never want to, never want to deal with it. That's the big question, Luis. Is he mature enough? I don't know. From what I've seen, I'd say no. But he's got time. He's got time to work with his people. He's got time to, are these people, is this press going to be as tough on Caleb as they were on Justin? They should be. They should be. Sorry, Randy B, what's up, Papa? I feel the same way. Chicago not going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, well, that was Ryan Poles did. We'll see. Yes, Keith, the regurgitation of what the so-called experts say is nauseating until the league admits there is a QB evaluation deficiency. The revolving door of QBs will continue. We'll have a different QB in 3 years. Well, who knows? Who knows? Keith Harris, if history is an indicator, you are correct, unfortunately. Randy, what did Randy say? We'll have a different quarterback in 3 years. Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough, and that's okay. That's okay. So that's the last I'm going to say on the Justin thing. He got a raw deal. The NFL is tough. It's cold-hearted, and he found out the hard way. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss watching him play. Okay, but I'm also excited to see what our new quarterback can do with this new quarterback. Well, yeah, of course. All right. If we win a Super Bowl in 2 years, yeah. Well, forget about this trade. Yeah, I don't know if we win a Super Bowl in 2 years. If we still had number one behind center, maybe. Caleb Williams hasn't taken a snap from center in college. It's muscle memory. All right. You're going to miss 2,500 yards passing? No, it was going to be more than that this year, Papa. No, Shorty, I told you this is the last time that we're going to talk about this, and then I'm going to move on. I had moved on. Had I had a show on Monday, which I did not because I was traveling, it would have been the end of it. Okay, but my people want they want to hear about it. So this is the last of it. So this is it. We have Leonidas, Mr. Troll Leonidas in the house. Thank you for following, Papa. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. And again, this is the last of it. We're done with it. I didn't like the trade. It doesn't mean I don't trust polls. I just didn't like the trade. Okay, you can throw numbers at me if you want, and I'll give you one more tidbit of information to further strengthen my point. In 1985, was Jim McMahon the best quarterback in the NFL? Guys, in the chat, answer my question. Was Jim McMahon the best quarterback in the NFL? Okay. In 1985. The answer is hell no. Do you know but do you know what he was? No, good job. No. Shorty, Jim McMahon does not have Hall of Fame numbers at all. I think not. Keith, thank you very much. He was a leader of men. He was a leader of men. And he stepped up in the big moments. That's Cornelius. Yes, Dan Marino was it. Luis, he had balls. Yes, he did. No one asked why, Shorty. And even if he was in a healthy 100% of the time, he still would not have been the best quarterback in the NFL. So what I'm saying is that being a leader of men is important. And there's a lot of things coming out, and we don't know. See, we don't know what he's going to be. We know what the former QB was. This is why I say it's a mistake. But I also prefaced it before all this by saying, listen, I am not going to waver from Poles. I will trust Ryan Poles. I think he made a mistake, but it doesn't mean I don't trust him. And this is what a lot of you people think. Oh, he's backpedaling. No, I'm not. I still said I think Justin's still the best person to run this offense, but he's not here anymore. So now I have to get behind whoever is going to be QB1 for my Bears. And I can follow Justin from afar. I can wish him well, except when he plays the Bears. So it sucks, but unfortunately, that's life. That's it. Unfortunately, that's life. So I think they're in a great spot. I think they have a shot to make the playoffs. They should make the playoffs. I think they should go deep in the playoffs. Let me tell you. If Velus Jones, and I'm not hinging all of our offensive success on Velus Jones. If Velus Jones gets untapped, this offense is going to be a big Mickey Ficky problem. It's going to be a big problem, a huge problem, because there's what Velus Jones can do is amazing, but he doesn't have the confidence. All right, he had some issues his freshman year, his rookie year. All right, he didn't really step it up last year. He was trying. He had a couple of good games. He had a couple of nice catches. He had a couple of nice runs. So if you can build off of that, if Shane Waldron can build off of that and put a package together to have him focus on him and his speed, get him the ball when he's moving, Velus Jones can be an explosive weapon. And that would just tear a defense apart, because you already have to worry about DJ Moore. You already have to worry about Keenan Allen. You already have to worry about Cole Kmet. You already have to worry about DeAndre Bush in the run game. And then they have to cover DJ Moore. I mean, Velus Jones as well. One of the things I said yesterday on the Nomad podcast was imagine Velus running a shallow cross while everyone's running their guys off. He catches the ball right around the center, runs away from the DB, turns it upfield. You realize other DBs will have their back to the ball and not even recognize he's got the ball and trailing them? There you go. Eli Manning was never the best quarterback. Flacco, Johnson, plenty of QBs. There were 4 championship. Brady, yeah, Brady wasn't the best either. Brady, his first 2 or 3 Super Bowls, it was that defense. But he made plays. So for Ryan Poles' sake, I hope it works out, because your job is on the line. And it's okay. People are going to say, well, he went down swinging. Okay, cool. But I'm here to tell you it was a mistake. I'm here to tell you that wherever Justin goes, he's going to be successful because he is a leader of men. And people, I don't know if you understand that, but in the alpha sport of alpha sports, which is football, to be able to lead a locker room, it says a lot. To be the leader, in charge, the vocal leader in that locker room, says a lot. And that was Justin. So I wish him well and move on. Yeah, I'm done talking about unless we play him. All right, I'm moving forward with whoever it is that we draft, whether it's Caleb Williams, whether it's Jaden Daniels, whether it's JJ McCarthy, whoever it is that we draft to play quarterback. I'm with them. Now, the ideal thing would be. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. If you don't draft Caleb, I think even if you do, but if you don't draft Caleb and you trade back, I think the best thing to do would get a veteran quarterback and let him play and let the rookie sit. That would be my suggestion. Brett Ripien might not be the guy you want, but you can go get another quarterback for a year. Let this guy know the system. Find someone who's played under Shane Waldron. Find someone. Because I'll tell you, and get him in a couple plays, a couple series, one in the first half, one in the second. Get him a veteran quarterback. I think even if it's Caleb, but you know what? Caleb's clock starts. All you guys are worried about is resetting the clock, quarterback clock. I still sit him. But they're not. They're not going to. There's no way they're going to sit him. Caleb's less experienced than most QBs in this draft. Yeah. Yeah, but when you're like Jaden Daniels or who's the other guy? Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. Bo Nix played like 8 years in college. Or is it Michael Penix? One of them, Michael Penix, went to Indiana. Had injury problems there. Kind of just figured it out here. He played college thanks to the COVID stuff and the red shirt. Like he played college for like 7 years. 7 years. 6 years, like Bayless. If you remember Bayless Jones, he came in at 25. He came in at 25 years old. Bo Nix, yeah, he went to Auburn first. Yeah. Yeah, they will. If they don't draft Caleb lovers will be calling for Poles' head. Cap, Hogue, Carm, and the rest of the Chicago media. Yeah, they will. David Haw, throw him in there as well. Yep, they'll all be calling for his head. Russell says, I guarantee they're taking Caleb. Well, you don't know that. You can't guarantee it. You can't. Strong possibility, yeah. Please be careful with your words. Words are powerful. You cannot guarantee that they take Caleb. All things are leading toward that, yes. But you can't guarantee it because you don't know. Just saying. Good call, Cornelius. I do believe that Caleb's quick release will make Bayless a dangerous weapon. Yeah, you get him off the line. Oof. Right, the pick isn't in, brother. Eric Christensen. Yep, it's not. The pick is not in. And who knows? Again, Ryan Poles has shown to march to the beat of his own drummer. He does not care. I don't care. So we'll see. We will see how it plays out. Well, listen. We have a lot of other stuff to talk. A lot of other stuff. I think we'll go for the next 7 minutes. We'll talk NCAA tournament. The men's NCAA tournament started yesterday. It's dope. Started yesterday. All right. 2 big games. The first 4 is called. All right. Howard beats Wagner 71-68. After Howard hits the free throws make it 71-68. Wagner had a chance. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I had the wrong one. Howard beat Wagner. Oh my goodness, I can't. My mistake. Oh my goodness. I was like, something's not right there. There we go. That's what it was. Something wasn't right. There you go. Wagner beats Colorado 71-68. Colorado State. I mean, Wagner beats Howard. You know, Howard had 3 good looks at the basket. They move on to face the top seed. All right. They go on to face North Carolina. This is going to be good. It's in the other final 4 or first 4. Montana State versus Grambling tonight. Wednesday, 5:40. And Boise State against Colorado. It's at 8:10 p.m. our time. So let's get it in. March Madness has started. It's going to be electric. All right, the 4 number 1 seeds in the tournament are UConn, Danny Hurley, going for back-to-back titles. First time since, was it Duke? Let me double check. You got North Kakalaka, the number 1 overall rated team out of the whole bracket. Houston is number 1 in the South Conference, the South Regional. North Carolina is number 1 in the West Regional. Okay. And UConn's in the East. And the Midwest Regional, Purdue is number 1. They had a really, really, really strong showing this year. So those are the top 4. Those are the top 4 in the tournament. Let me tell you something. It's going to be fun. If if yesterday's games were any indication, what? The intensity going down to the wire. That's college basketball. That's March Madness. And March Madness is usually determined by good guard play. When you have guards, 3 or 4 juniors and seniors, if you have a junior and senior heavy guard room, your chances of winning are very good. Very, very good. Because you know how to control the game, the pace of the game. You don't just get out and run. You control the pace of the game. Okay, you can feed the ball inside, move the ball around, force teams to play defense. Whether it's running up and down the court or trying to pound you. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be real fun. And I like it. I remember as a teacher, they didn't have the first 4, but during class, we downloaded the app, the CBS app. I remember when I was at Little Village. We downloaded the CBS app and we watched, me and another teacher, we watched it in front of class. Well, she brought the projector in, so she had it from her laptop projecting to the screen. It was nuts. I just had it on my laptop. But March Madness is awesome. I'm excited to see it. It's going to be really, really, really entertaining. Like who's your upsets? Where are your upsets? Because there's always going to be a few in there. Is it your team? Do we see a number 16 advance over a number 1 seed this weekend? I don't know. But I like it. I like it a lot. And that's what makes college basketball so special. It makes them so special. Is that all it takes is one game. One bad game by the favorite, one red hot shooting game by the opponent, by the underdog, and it's a match. It's a wrap. Done and done. So get ready to bust your brackets and just rip them up to shreds. Because something crazy always happens, baby. Something crazy. Eric Christian said, "Good morning, Papa. How are you?" He said, "UConn versus the rest of the field." I don't know if I could doubt you on that one. I don't know if I can argue on that one. Tar Heels, baby. Okay. Any sports bar, Luis. Any sports bar would be a great place to watch the games. Any of them. Any sports bar. So pick your sport bar of your choice. If you have a favorite one, go there. Cornelius says the Bears got to do whatever it takes to get Jadeveon Clowney to play opposite Montez Sweat. Interesting. But anyway, listen, we got to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll have more sports conversation. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
To run for 17, back he goes, here comes Chubb, there goes the ball, touchdown, Jones will back at the left tackle, time for Fields, now he'll accelerate to get the first down, great tackles, and he's off to the races, and we got a terrific block.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
This year, my mom.
Last January, you said the main focus for the new stadium was the Arlington Heights project. What changed in June, and where's the focus now? Has it shifted more towards the city?
You know, anytime you come into a new situation, you're just gathering information. Now I've been here about 10 months, and I'm able to really have gathered, information. I mean, the Arlington Heights property is incredible. I mean, anytime you have 326 acres, near a major city, and now we've cleaned everything, so it's a vacant piece of land. So that's a great piece of property. That said, to be able to have optionality with Chicago, I've made it very clear what I feel about Chicago. I think it's the finest city in the world, and so it's just something that
feels right about the Bears in Chicago, but this is a long journey.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those comes courtesy of WGN Sports. That was Jared Payton talking with the Bears president, Kevin Warren. And he was talking about the stadium, and that's a whole nother aspect of this whole scenario. Now they're refocusing on the lakefront, tearing down the south lot, building on the south lot. Okay, is it going to connect to McCormick Place? Is it, it's going to be indoors, so you're going to be able to access it. See, I was hoping, okay, you build, if you're able to get McCormick Place, old McCormick Place. They don't use it very much, but it's privately owned. Because my thought would be, imagine being able to pull up on King Drive, okay, at the new McCormick Place, get dropped off and walk in. And once you're in, you're done. You're done with the elements. You walk through new McCormick Place, across Lakeshore Drive, into Soldier Field or into the new stadium. I thought that would be dope. But again, the old McCormick Place isn't for sale. It's privately owned by the Chicago Pier and Exposition something or other is the name of that corporation that owns it. Okay. So, but they're trying to do it in the South Lot. So we could talk about that a lot more in depth at another time. Okay, but that's one of the top trending issues for the Bears. Not just what's going on the field, but off the field about their new field. Okay, about their new field. Are they just posturing? That's a possibility too. I mean, you just bought that land, and what do they want to do with it? Do they want to develop it into homes? Do they want, they still they have it, so why not? I don't know. We're going to see. We will see. Cornelius says the Bears got to do whatever it takes to get Jadeveon Clowney to play opposite Montez Sweat. I think that'd be great. I think Jadeveon Clowney is a guy who, not necessarily a sacker, but he's a guy who can hold the edge. He's a guy who can hold the edge. Now, he's familiar. Oh, no, he's not. That was Chase Young. I think Jadeveon Clowney would be an excellent teammate to pick up. All right, then you can draft one later and have him develop. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, I think they wanted to build a Star Wars museum there, and I don't know if it's on 31st Street as well. But the issue with that is that there's a certain amount of park or land that needs to be dedicated just for the parks. Remember, the Friends of the Park is a very powerful organization. I think they came in short with the amount of land for parks on the lakefront. Because remember, if you don't know your Chicago history, it was made. Chicago was the first city from the East Coast in that the lakefront or any waterway front is not used for commerce. Look at Cleveland, okay? The mistake by the lake. All right, even New York, okay? Chicago, Marshall Field was a big proponent of it, and he wanted to keep it for the people. That's why we have grass there and not commerce. We have commerce further south, but downtown, no. So, yeah, it's interesting. And the whole thing with the Arlington Heights thing, is it going to be taxed? That's the tax thing. Are they going to reduce the taxes? They gave a inflated amount, which is crazy. So we'll dive into that later. Spring training. We'll talk a little Sox, little Cubs. The White Sox made it official. Garrett Crochet will be the opening day pitcher. Okay. I'm happy for that young man. I mean, it was going to be Dylan Cease before they traded him, but I'm happy for that young man. All right, coming back from Tommy John surgery. That's a big dude. That is a big boy. Let me see how tall Garrett Crochet is. How tall is G-R-O? How tall is Garrett Crochet? Jesus, 6'6". Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. A 6'6" left-handed fireballer. They're talking about what size shoe does that dude wear? Probably like a 14, 15, maybe 16. That's insane. That's insane. But my expectation for the White Sox are, even though there's still talent. There's still a lot of talent there. I'm not. They got to put together a couple of nice little winning streaks for me to be happy. They need to start playing fundamentally sound baseball, and I'll be happy. Hit the cutoff man, I'll be happy. Take the extra base. When the ball hits to the right side, you go first to third. I'd be happy. Not get caught stealing so much. I'd be happy. All I'm asking is to play fundamentally sound baseball and let the chips fall where they may. Can you be above 500 club? Maybe. But you have to play fundamentally sound defense. You have to play fundamentally sound offense. Hit the ball to the right side. Bunt the ball to the right side if you have a runner on second. Get him over to the third. It doesn't matter who you are in the lineup. Get the guy over to the third. Like these little things matter. Because once he's on third, if it's a wild pitch or pass ball, he's scoring. All right? If it's a Baltimore chop in the infield and you're going on contact, if there's 2 outs, you may be able to beat it home and the guy running the first is safe and that run scores. But get him in scoring position. And it seems like that's what the White Sox are going to do, is be fundamentally sound and try and win games that way. I mean, every so often you'll outslug someone. You still have Luis Robert, you still have Eloy Jimenez, you still have Yohan Moncada, you still have Andrew Vaughn. So you got some pop. You got some pop in that lineup. Don't forget Corey Lee, their rookie catcher, hit 35 homers last year in the AAA. He's going to start in AAA, but it'll be a matter of time. A matter of time before he's called up. Casey Lee, the catcher. The Cubs, on the other hand, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty. You know, you sign Bellinger back. You're happy. Christopher Morel project looks like it's over. He's going to be playing third base on a consistent basis, which is what you want for him. All the other veterans on the team, they're excited. They are excited with Christopher Morel, with Dansby Swanson, with Cody Bellinger, with Ian Happ. They're happy. You got some ballers on that team now. You got some ballers. You have some championship pedigree. You know, in the mound, you got your rotation. What do you got? Justin Steele, the professor, Cal Hendricks, that is. Someone help me out. When you Cub fans, help me out with your rotation. Cal Hendricks. I just forgot who the other person I said was. Oh, Justin Steele. Man, Justin Steele had a phenomenal year last year. So you have a decent rotation. You have a decent bullpen. You should be able to make the playoffs, Cubs. You should be able to make the playoffs. And that's the sad part, is you will have lost You will have won a World Series, lost all your players, and still made it to the playoffs before the White Sox. Actually, you didn't, but they made one 2 years ago with Tony La Russa's first year. But you know what I mean. A team like this built for success. And you got arguably the best manager in baseball in Craig Counsell. Are you going to use that to your ability? I hope so. I hope so. Baseball's looking good. Looking good, baby. If you're a Northsider. I'm still thinking of selling my opening day tickets to the Sox game. Just cause I'm just done with them. Just done with them. Bulls talk, baby. Let's get some Bulls talk in before we wrap it up. How are you liking this team, and where do you expect this team to go? All right. They're probably in a play-in. All right. They're 3.5 games behind the team in front of them, 2.5 games in front of the team behind them. So they're probably not going to move off that 9th spot is where they're at, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Can DeMar continue to help lead this team down the stretch? It doesn't look like he's stopping at his age. Sox are bums, and this is coming from a Sox fan. Yeah, they are. We have one person to blame. Jerry. One person to blame. Well, what do we do with this team? We running it back again? Are you hoping Lonzo Ball gets back because now he's been cleared to run and cut and do basketball activities? Are you expecting him back next year? And if so, at what percentage? Is he going to be 100%? We'll see. We will see. Because if Lonzo Ball is healthy, wow, is this team different? Wow. Zach LaVine, and what are they going to do with him? You know, they said trade talks would heat up this summer. They're going to try and move him this summer. How can you move a guy who's hurt? So, and some people have said he's never going to play basketball again. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not Nostradamus. If I did, believe you me, I'd be a multi-lottery ticket winner. You know those people you hear who won 2 and 3 lotteries? That'd be me if I was Nostradamus. Cornelius, yes. They got to extend DeMar. He's earned it. And I think DeMar wants to stay. I think Zach's gone for sure. But I think DeMar wants to stay. He loves the city. He loves the atmosphere. He's home. He loves it here. So can they get a deal done? I don't know. I hope so. They signed Vooch. You know, going into the last few games of the season for these guys, let's see, what's their record? How many games are left? So the Bulls are near the bottom. Oh, no, the middle. 34 and 35. Okay. 69. That's 12 more games. 13 more games, excuse me. 82. 13 more games. The clip I played coming out of the first break was their victory over Portland, and there was one spot in there that I loved. And that was Drummond dunking on someone. got the pass, and was legitimate and was not legitimate, was adamant about dunking that basketball. You weren't stopping him. Not that big of a dude. Very strong. Yeah. I should say he's not very big. He's 6'11". That's kind of big. But he was adamant. I'm dunking this ball. You want to get in the way? Get your ass in the way, get on a poster. But I am dunking this ball. Ooh. The mentality hasn't been pervasive throughout that locker room. It hasn't, and that's bothersome. That is bothersome because if you had that mentality running through the veins of all of those players, man, this team would be much better. But you know what? Run it back. You're probably going to have to play Zach up until the trade deadline so people can see his surgically repaired leg. Is he going to be fine? You know what I mean? There's a lot that's got to go into it. AC Adams has got to bring back everybody. Tongue in cheek, huh? Oh, man. But what do you like about the Bulls? You like Kobe White's development? Ayo Dosunmu's development? Are you pissy at the Patrick Williams' lack of development? Where do you stand with the Bulls? Put it in the chat. We'll talk about it for a couple moments. What are you worried about with the Bulls? Is it depth? Is it coaching? Is it matchups? What are you worried about the Bulls for the last 13 games? AC Adams has got to bring everyone back. Bring back everyone. Can they do it? Do they want to do it? I don't know if they want to do it. I have to check my sources, but if they run it back. But it's just like Jerry. If you remember, Arturas Karnisovas was talking. He was interviewed, and he talked about just competing. We don't want to just compete, but that's what the owners want. That's what Jerry wants. You want that? You keep asses in the seat. You keep selling out the United Center. You're competitive. So if it's a close win, you're like, yeah. And if it's a close loss, you're like, oh wow, we were there the whole time, but you had a good time at the game. Cornelius, the Bulls have very few turnovers since Levine's been out of the lineup. It's tough. You know, Levine had a tendency, especially down the stretch, when he would get the ball, that he would turn it over, bounce it off his foot. That's turnover. All right, bad pass, turnover. Going to the hole, and it's all out of control, missing it, and then complaining to the refs. They fouled me. Stop, get back. Stop, get back. You know what I mean? I hate when they do that. They're always looking for the foul. Always looking to. It's frustrating. But like I said, I do like Drummond. I like Vooch a little bit. Vooch was the game winner or the game sealer the other day. We'll take it. We'll take it. You know, if Drummond didn't get out of control so quickly, I'd like to see him in there more. But because he's got a decent handle, he likes to bring the ball up. No, dude, you don't bring the ball up. No, you don't. So, I don't know. What's Billy going to do? And how much of this is on Billy? Because Billy, remember, we gave Billy a lot of flack, and then all of a sudden, Zach and DeMar go out and the team starts winning. How much flack do you give Billy? How much credit do you give Billy? All right, Billy Donovan has been there the whole time. He's been preaching the same thing. And people are like, oh my goodness, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, those two stars go out, and this team is running efficiently. So how much flack are you putting? How much blame are you putting on Billy Donovan? How much? How much does he deserve? AC Adam, first of all, good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. Coaching fourth quarter shot attempts and pick and roll defense. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. The pick and roll, like decide, go over, fight through it, or go under. You go under, you're dealing with a sharpshooter, he's gonna nail you. But man, we'd love to see some more Sanogo start to get some tick. Oh, we'd love to see Sanogo start to get some tick. He can really help out in the paint, in my opinion. He had a good game the other day. He had a good game. Now he's got to build on that. He's got to build on that. You can't just have one good game or two good games and then whoop. You know, you're starting and you're getting a lot of time. You got to earn it. But if he continues to play out like he has been, he'll definitely earn some playing time. Maybe even a start. Who knows? But I am excited. I do want to go to a Bulls game, but I don't. How many of you have that feeling? You want to go to a Bulls game, but you don't really want to go to a Bulls game. I mean, I got my guys' bar output. I can go down, get liquored up there. They usually have a shuttle, you know what I mean? Like, a lot. I want to go. How many of you have been to a game this year? Put in the chat. I have. Put it in the chat if you're ready to get a Bulls game this year. I don't know if I want to go. I do want to go, but I don't want to go. I do want to go. I don't want to go. It's maddening. I don't know. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out what happens. We're going to find out and watch this unravel. Can this Bulls team come together? Put together a nice little run and maybe catch. I forgot who's in front of them. It didn't have that Eastern Conference standings for us in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, it does have it in the NBA Eastern Conferences. What are the Bulls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're stuck at 9. Okay, they're at 9. Yeah, they're a couple games behind the person at 8. And they're a couple games ahead of the person at 9. So I was like, yeah, you're kind of stuck. Yeah. The Clippers definitely have a game. And interesting. All right, but that's how it's going to play out. We're going to see. We're going to watch it. Support your bullies. I'm still supporting them, even though I know they're not going to go far if they get to the playoffs. Well, I shouldn't say if. They're 9. They're going to get in the play-in. All right, you win one game and you win 2 games and you're in. But this is what they want to say. It's postseason basketball. This is the biggest thing that they want to say. I'm competitive. It's postseason basketball. The Bulls made it to the playoffs last year. They're trying to sell tickets, and they're trying to entice you. We went to the playoffs back-to-back years. Come on. Like I AC Adam, been to 4. We'll be at the Pacers game on the 27th. Nice. I have not been to a Bulls game this year. Like I said, I'm torn. Do I want to? Do I not want to? Junior? No. 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 Well, folks, 2 hours is come and gone. Holy shnikes. Man, we had some great conversation. Great stuff. I hope you understand where I stand on the Fields trade. I also hope you understand that I have to move on. All right, I'm not happy about it, but I have to move on. End of story. Okay? Justin is no longer a Chicago Bear. As much as it hurts, we have to move forward. We do. Do me a favor, hit that like button. There's a good number of people in the chat. Hit the like button. If just every one of you just hit the like button once, that'd be phenomenal. Believe me, it's all metrics. The number of people watching, the amount of interactions and likes, I should say. All right. It helps me to maneuver around to get to some of the things that I want to do. All right. So listen, for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, Elliot Baez, our executive producer. Okay. Clarence Council III, our social media guy. My co-host in absentia, Maya Akai. Guys, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. Hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Okay. And do me a favor. Make sure that you tell somebody that you care about them. Let them know. Let them know. You'd be surprised what a word like that from you will mean to somebody. You have no idea. You have no idea how someone who cares about you, when they get a text from you or a call from you or a voice memo from you. So do that. Enjoy the day. It's supposed to be nice out. And I'll see you on Friday. Same bad time, same bad channel, 9 a.m. to 11 Central Time. Okay. You'll see me later today at 1 o'clock. I will be on with Nomad. It'll be here on my Facebook page. I'll be on Nomad. Nomad and the SuperBack, their daily sports talk. Okay. Nice. So I'll be on at 1 today. So 2 hours, I'll be back on. All right. But everyone, and sports owners, I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Everyone have a great, great, great day. All right. Cool. Where did it go?